At the core of existentialism lies the belief that individuals are free agents, capable of making autonomous decisions and determining the course of their lives. It acknowledges the inherent uncertainty and ambiguity of existence, rejecting the notion of a predetermined or objective purpose. Instead, existentialism suggests that individuals must confront the inherent meaninglessness of life and create their own meaning through conscious actions and choices. Existentialists often delve into themes such as authenticity, alienation, and anxiety. They emphasize the importance of embracing the reality of one's own mortality and the limited time one has in the world, urging individuals to live fully and passionately in the face of this existential awareness. Prominent existentialist thinkers have explored diverse aspects of human existence, grappling with questions of identity, morality, and the nature of the self. Søren Kierkegaard, lived from 1813 to 1855, was a Danish philosopher, theologian, and writer who is often regarded as the father of existentialism. He made significant contributions to various fields such as philosophy, psychology, theology, and literature. Kierkegaard's works explore the subjective nature of human existence, faith, and the pursuit of individual authenticity. Here are some key aspects of Kierkegaard's philosophy. Subjectivity and existentialism. Kierkegaard emphasized the importance of subjective experience in understanding the truth and the nature of existence. He argued that objective truths alone could not fully capture the complexities of human existence. Kierkegaard believed that individuals must confront their own subjectivity and make choices based on their own personal beliefs and experiences. Stages of existence. Kierkegaard introduced the idea of different stages of existence that individuals can pass through in their lives. He described three major stages: the aesthetic, the ethical, and the religious. The aesthetic stage is characterized by pursuing immediate pleasures and personal desires, while the ethical stage involves recognizing moral responsibilities and living in accordance with universal ethical principles. The religious stage involves a deep personal commitment to faith and the pursuit of an authentic relationship with God. Leap of faith. Kierkegaard is known for his concept of the leap of faith. He argued that true religious belief required an act of faith that goes beyond rationality and objective proof. One must take a leap of faith to believe in God and embrace religious truth. Anxiety and despair. Kierkegaard explored the experience of anxiety and despair as inherent aspects of human existence. He saw anxiety as a sign of individual freedom and the realization of the infinite possibilities and responsibilities that come with it. However, excessive anxiety could lead to despair if not confronted and transcended through personal choices and commitment. Irony and paradox. Kierkegaard employed irony and paradox in his writings to challenge conventional thinking and expose the limitations of rationality. He believed that paradoxes were a way to provoke deeper reflection and reveal hidden truths. Kierkegaard's works, such as Fear and Trembling, The Sickness unto Death, and Either/Or, have had a significant impact on existentialist philosophy and influenced many subsequent thinkers. His emphasis on subjective experience, the individual's responsibility for their own existence, and the complexities of faith and authenticity remain influential in the study of existentialism and the exploration of the human condition. Friedrich Nietzsche, lived from 1844 to 1900, was a German philosopher, cultural critic, and writer who is known for his provocative and influential ideas. Nietzsche's works profoundly challenge traditional morality, religion, and philosophical assumptions, and he is often associated with existentialist and postmodernist thought. Here are some key aspects of Nietzsche's philosophy. Death of God and nihilism. Nietzsche famously declared, "God is dead," suggesting that traditional religious beliefs and moral values had lost their authority and meaning in modern society. He saw this as an opportunity for individuals to embrace their own freedom and create their own values. However, he also warned against the danger of nihilism, the belief that life lacks inherent meaning or value. Will to power. Nietzsche proposed the concept of the will to power, which refers to the fundamental drive of all living beings to assert their power and exert control over themselves and their environment. He viewed it as a central driving force in human existence and the pursuit of personal greatness and self-overcoming. Perspectivism. Nietzsche rejected the notion of absolute truth and instead advocated for perspectivism. He argued that all knowledge and interpretations are shaped by individual perspectives, and there is no single objective truth. This perspective challenges the idea of universal moral or philosophical systems and encourages critical questioning of established beliefs. Übermensch. Nietzsche introduced the concept of the Übermensch, often translated as the Superman or Overman. The Übermensch represents a higher form of humanity, an individual who transcends conventional moral and social values, embraces their own individuality, and creates their own values based on personal strength and self-realization. Eternal recurrence. Nietzsche proposed the idea of the eternal recurrence, suggesting that life is an endless repetition of the same events. He presented it as a thought experiment to encourage individuals to live their lives in such a way that they would be willing to repeat every moment infinitely. Nietzsche's writings, including Thus Spoke Zarathustra, Beyond Good and Evil, and On the Genealogy of Morality, have had a profound impact on philosophy, literature, and various intellectual movements. His ideas challenge traditional moral, religious, and philosophical frameworks, promoting individual freedom, self-overcoming, and the pursuit of personal authenticity in an uncertain and chaotic world. Nietzsche's works continue to inspire debates and interpretations, and he remains a highly influential figure in the history of Western thought. Jean-Paul Sartre, lived from 1905 to 1980, was a French philosopher, playwright, novelist, and political activist. He was a central figure in existentialist philosophy and made significant contributions to various fields, including ethics, ontology, and social theory. Sartre's works explore themes such as freedom, consciousness, human existence, and the nature of reality. Here are some key aspects of Sartre's philosophy. Existence precedes essence. Sartre famously stated that existence precedes essence, which means that individuals first exist and then define themselves through their actions and choices. He rejected the idea of predetermined human nature or essence and emphasized the radical freedom of individuals to shape their own lives. Radical freedom and responsibility. Sartre argued that humans are condemned to be free. He believed that individuals bear the burden of responsibility for their choices and actions, as their choices have consequences not only for themselves but also for society as a whole. Bad faith. Sartre introduced the concept of bad faith, which refers to individuals deceiving themselves and avoiding the recognition of their own freedom and responsibility. Bad faith occurs when individuals deny their capacity to make choices and instead conform to social norms or external influences, thereby compromising their authentic existence. Authenticity and self-realization. Sartre emphasized the importance of living authentically and embracing one's freedom and responsibility. He argued that individuals should strive for self-realization by making conscious choices that align with their values and personal projects. Existential angst and despair. Sartre recognized the inherent anxiety and anguish that come with the realization of one's freedom and the responsibility for shaping one's life. He described the experience of existential angst, the feeling of dread that arises when faced with the vast possibilities and uncertainties of existence. Existential Marxism. Sartre combined existentialist philosophy with Marxism, developing the concept of existential Marxism. He sought to reconcile existentialist ideas of individual freedom and responsibility with Marxist notions of social justice and collective action. Sartre's major philosophical works include Being and Nothingness, Existentialism is a Humanism, and his plays, such as No Exit. He played a prominent role in the intellectual and cultural landscape of the 20th century, and his ideas continue to influence philosophy, literature, and political thought. Sartre's emphasis on individual freedom, responsibility, and the pursuit of authenticity resonates with those interested in understanding the complexities of human existence and the quest for meaning in a seemingly absurd world. Albert Camus, lived from 1913 to 1960, was a French-Algerian philosopher, writer, and existentialist thinker. He is known for his philosophical works, novels, and essays that explore themes of the absurdity of life, rebellion against oppressive systems, and the search for meaning and authenticity in an indifferent universe. Here are some key aspects of Camus' philosophy. The absurd. Camus famously described the human condition as the absurd. He argued that human beings constantly seek meaning and purpose in life, yet the universe itself is indifferent and devoid of inherent meaning. Despite this, Camus believed that individuals can rebel against the absurdity and create their own subjective meaning through their actions and choices. Rebellion and revolt. Camus advocated for the act of rebellion against oppressive systems, whether they be political, social, or existential. He believed that individuals should assert their freedom and challenge unjust structures, embracing a spirit of revolt against oppression and conformity. The myth of Sisyphus. In his philosophical essay The Myth of Sisyphus, Camus presents the Greek myth of Sisyphus, condemned to roll a boulder up a hill only to have it roll back down for eternity. Camus uses this myth as a metaphor for the human struggle against the absurdity of existence. Despite the futility of Sisyphus' task, Camus argues that he can find meaning and purpose in his own act of defiance and embrace of his fate. The Stranger in Existentialism. Camus' novel The Stranger exemplifies his existentialist ideas. The protagonist, Moussault, embodies the detached and indifferent individual who confronts the absurdity of life. The novel explores themes of alienation, moral indifference, and the consequences of acting in opposition to societal expectations. The philosophy of the Mediterranean. Camus often drew inspiration from the Mediterranean region, embracing its vibrant and sensual aspects. He celebrated the joys of life, the pleasures of the senses, and the appreciation of the present moment in contrast to the philosophical focus on the future or the afterlife. Camus' writings, including The Stranger, The Myth of Sisyphus, and The Rebel, continue to have a profound impact on existentialist philosophy and literature. His philosophy emphasizes the importance of individual autonomy, the confrontation of the absurd, and the pursuit of authenticity and rebellion against oppressive systems. Camus' works offer insights into the human condition and the challenges of finding meaning and purpose in a world that often appears chaotic and meaningless. Fyodor Dostoevsky, lived from 1821 to 1881, was a Russian novelist, philosopher, and essayist whose works explored profound psychological and moral dilemmas faced by his characters. Dostoevsky is known for his realistic portrayals of human nature, the complexities of the human psyche, and the exploration of themes such as guilt, redemption, faith, and the nature of evil. Here are some key aspects of Dostoevsky's writings. Moral and spiritual struggles. Dostoevsky's novels delve into the inner conflicts and moral dilemmas faced by his characters. He presents complex individuals wrestling with their own flaws, desires, and existential questions. His works often explore themes of guilt, redemption, and the search for spiritual meaning. Psychological realism. Dostoevsky is renowned for his psychological realism, capturing the intricacies of the human mind and its depths. He delves into the psychological motivations, fears, and desires of his characters, providing rich portrayals of human nature and the complexities of human psychology. Faith and existential questions. Dostoevsky grappled with questions of faith and spirituality throughout his works. His novels often depict characters struggling with religious doubts, existential crises, and the search for meaning in a world that can appear chaotic or indifferent. Dostoevsky explored the themes of God's existence, religious faith, and the consequences of living in a world without faith. The problem of evil. Dostoevsky tackled the problem of evil, particularly in his novel The Brothers Karamazov. He delved into the nature of human sin, the existence of evil, and the moral responsibility of individuals. Dostoevsky explored the complex interplay between good and evil within the human soul and the potential for redemption and moral transformation. Social critique and political ideals. Dostoevsky's works also contain social critiques and explore different political ideologies prevalent in 19th century Russia. He examined the impact of social and political systems on individual lives and delved into themes such as poverty, inequality, and the struggle for justice. Dostoevsky's notable works include Crime and Punishment, The Brothers Karamazov, Notes from Underground, and The Idiot. His writings continue to be celebrated for their psychological depth, moral inquiry, and exploration of existential and philosophical themes. Dostoevsky's nuanced portrayals of human nature and his exploration of moral and spiritual struggles make his works highly regarded and widely studied in the fields of literature and philosophy. Existentialism has had a profound impact on various disciplines, including philosophy, literature, psychology, and the arts, inviting individuals to reflect on their own existence and find meaning within the vast expanse of human experience.